Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.
PC Systems, your dedicated call center partner. We specialize in live customer support as a service, a 24/7 support center, empowering system integrators, operators, and innovators to execute seamlessly at scale, precisely when and where it matters most. Our TaaS model encompasses infrastructure, technology procurement, and comprehensive implementation and lifecycle support. With 3 decades of industry expertise, PC Systems leads in collaborative solutions across hospitality, multifamily student housing, and healthcare. As your trusted white label support partner, PC Systems operates seamlessly in the background, acting as an extension of your team and brand. Simple pricing and transparent solutions allow us to extend your business reach at scale. Let us accelerate your project execution and provide the service delivery infrastructure to expand your business. Contact PC Systems, your call center partner.
Welcome to Origin Micro, your go-to e-commerce superstore for IT hardware and consumer electronics. With over 2 decades of experience, we've earned a reputation for delivering superior customer service and offering top industry brands at competitive prices. We provide a wide range of products from various manufacturers. From notebooks and desktops to networking equipment and VoIP devices, we've got you covered. Our fully stocked warehouse ensures that you'll find the products you need when you need them. And with our expert team always ready to offer personalized support, you can trust Origin Micro for all your IT needs. Origin Micro, your IT e-commerce superstore, serious deals, superior service.
Every great journey has a beginning. And last week, ours kicked off with a smoker. It was at Zandvoort. RJ Duna put the field on notice with a dominant performance, staking his claim at the top of the GTC F3 Cup. Today, the grid has one mission: stop history from repeating itself and keep the Romanian star from extending his lead. We're at round 2 of the GTC F3 Cup powered by Origin Micro. We are starting now. I am Parquet, and I have a very, very special guest in the booth with me this weekend, Mr. Envy Sim Sports himself, John Cannon. John, happy weekend,
Hey,
my friend. You ready for some racing?
oh, heck yeah, I am. I am excited about watching this race. Last week, watching Andre just blow away the field was, I don't know, just absolutely mind blowing. But I am excited to watch this race, see if maybe someone can take him off that top step of the podium. Maybe it might be Albie from another one of our NV Sim Source drivers, or who knows, might be Javi Sierra. So Javi had a pretty dominant practice this round, so he might be up there, but we'll see. Actually, I don't even think Andre's even going to be here tonight. or today's.
I
What
was going to
time?
say, I think he may be taking himself off of the that top step. So there's 10 people
Absolutely, he
out
did.
there that got a chance at the crown today.
But either way, this is going to be a very exciting race, and I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Absolutely. Again, we're at Hockenheim. We have 2 sessions today. We're going to start things off with the sprint race, and then we're going to get into the Grand Prix. We'll be handling short track A first, highly tight, highly technical configuration. It's going to be very interesting going into T1 here. The track actually opened, fun fact, on my birthday. So the track as a Gemini itself is pretty cool. You going to be looking out for anything specific here, John?
From what I've been hearing from the drivers and stuff, of that turn one looks like it's going to be kind of a sketchy point. So we'll might see a whole bunch of people get caught out at turn one, and also it looks like towards the end of the back end of the circuit before they hit the stadium section, that looks a little bit treacherous, especially coming into that wall. I've seen a lot of drivers, especially in practice, hit that wall, so that might be something to watch out for.
It is going to be interesting indeed. In terms of the car, we are in the Dallara F3 2019. Of course, last week I was seeing this car give the drivers some tire and fuel fits. It's going to be very interesting to see how they handle this short A configuration. I've heard this is a very fun machine to drive, but we got open setups here in the GTC F3 Cup. So some folks are going to have high downforce. Some people are going to have it maybe a little bit lower. Corner entry and exit is going to be very, very interesting. Don, I know you just bought the car, a couple of minutes ago. So, you hearing anything from out there on the track in terms of what folks might be trying to avoid or hit on the head today?
I like you mentioned. I think people are going to be trying to do a lot more high downforce setups because this is a shorter track. So that's what I suspect they're going to go with. I don't know if anyone's going to go with anything less than a higher downforce setup. If they do, they'll definitely be spinning all over the track.
It'll be fun for us, but I'm sure painful for them if they have to go through that.
Oh, absolutely.
In terms of the crew today, of course, myself, Parquet, John Cannon here with me. We got Picks keeping everything looking pretty. And Eton's out there saving the world, saving the universe. Always want to give a big thank you to Chris Ball, the president. He's out there somewhere handling business. And of course,
He's
the rest of
probably
the
out
GT
fishing
Champions
again.
team.
Fishing for whales again out there in the middle of the Pacific. Who knows? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he might hook his line on a big treasure chest of gold. Maybe.
There is a whole treasure chest of GT Champions coins.
Yeah.
Pull them up from the bottom of the sea. Cool. Yeah, like we said, Picks. How you doing, my friend?
Good, good, good. Thank you guys for being here, and I can see our guys almost finishing. Uh, they're qualifying, so let's have a look at how their times are looking for now. Jake Akers on top, Jareth Akers on top. Sorry.
With the 54.9, going to be a real quick one around this short A layout, so that's really cool to see. Let's see. It was Jared, like you said, in P1. We got Florian Hovath, excuse me, from Pro Sim Sport Racing in P2. Roy O'Shea, Jakob Fury, Javi Sierra, Rafael Rodriguez, Scott Edwards, Chris Ross, Nick De La Rosa, and rounding out the order, we got nobody, actually. Somebody in the SDK, Alberto. Doesn't seem like he's come up on the track yet. So,
Doesn't
9
look
times
like
down right
Alberto.
now.
Looks like Alberto didn't even set a time, so maybe he couldn't get the car handled quite enough, or maybe he's just gonna play it safe and start in the back and watch everyone else wreck.
I wouldn't blame him for that either, especially heard last week Chris was saying that drivers may not have too much experience around this track, especially with this car combination. I don't think this is one that is very, I'd say, popular amongst the F3 crowd.
I'd say, to be honest with you, I haven't even seen this layout. I've never even driven this layout, to be honest with you. So it's definitely interesting.
Presidio Dog, what's good? After round one, we have Andre Duna with that dominant performance, like we said in the intro, winning the sprint race and the Grand Prix. So he has a big 60 ball up there. He's followed by the Canadian Gabriel Latour with 46 points. Rounding out the podium is Jakob Fury, Jared Akers, Javi Sierra, Chris Ross, Caleb Aguilar, Rafael Rodriguez, Scott Edwards, and Steven Saunders rounding out the top 10. P11 is Jamie Fleming. He's followed by Diego P, Jordan Navarro, and Hanam Do in P14. Not on the board yet, but I don't think that'll be changing because I actually don't see him on the grid. So, looks like...
You know what's funny, Noah, is I actually learned this yesterday, that Diego is not Padua, it's Padua. And the only reason I heard that was because Pick said it yesterday when Chris was all fumbling over his name too. So don't feel bad. Not everyone's going to get their name butchered, especially with us, Americans that don't know how to pronounce anything.
Exactly.
Green.
Just like that, we're green, and we are off on the sprint race. P1, the Blue Dallara, taking a dominant get off, followed by Rory O'Shea and Florian. Oh, we have contact.
Whoa.
It's a multi-car situation here. Things will stay green here. Jared Akers, that's going to be opening him up into P1. Florian also able to be a getaway driver there. But it's Rory O'Shea, Javi Sierra, and Rafa Rodriguez taking the brunt of the damage there. They have fallen into 8th, 9th, and 10th respectively. Florian in the orange machine, keeping up his P2. Jakob Fury, Scott Edwards, Nick De La Rosa coming out on top. He's up 4 positions after that bit of an incident. And wow, what did we say about that T1 early race, John?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely going to catch a lot of people out. Well, actually, no, that was turn 2.
Was that T2?
Turn 1, turn 2 was just absolutely devastating for most of those drivers. They couldn't quite get it right.
Ooh, wow. We will see how they continue to go on. Jared Akers up in the gap at this point. We're on lap 2 now. He is about... Oh, my SDK is blocking it. 6/10 to the good right now from Florian. Especially these shorter configurations, like the skill gap is a lot harsher between drivers, so we'll see if any traffic starts to form and if any, overtakes start getting sent from the back row.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's, pretty much calmed down right now. Everyone's mostly single file. You got, of course, top 3. Akers, Holt, Horvath, and Fury that just kind of nose to tail, not really doing anything. But then lurking there in the back, I think he might actually pounce on him too. As long as Jakob doesn't make any mistakes, he'll be fine.
Absolutely, as they continue around this little stadium infield section here. Like you're saying, John, things definitely calming down at this point in the track. Gaps are not raising too crazily throughout the field.
Looks like Nick just went off. It looks like just happened to catch that right at the tail end of that.
Roy's going to be able to take full advantage there. That's him up into P7. Even with the mistake, Nick is still up a position, so just shows how much time was lost earlier on in the race due to that incident. It'll be interesting to see what happened there. Now on board with Alberto Alvarez, the American. He's up 5 positions, and I'm sure he is feeling very, very good. looking at the chance for some big points right now. Both the sprint race and the Grand Prix, the full amount of points are on the board. But folks got to be locked in from the jump. Florian looking to continue to walk down Jared. He's keeping that gap pretty consistently at about 6/10 right now.
Well, as long as Jared doesn't make any mistakes, I think eventually Florian's going to have to either keep pushing or he's just going to eventually give up and start losing time to him, because it looks like Jared is just pushing that car as fast as he can, and it doesn't look like he's making any mistakes at all. As I say that, then Florian, touches the dirt a little bit, loses a little bit more time too. So hopefully, I don't know. Looks like Jared's starting to pull away now.
It does indeed. It does indeed.
Yeah, that gap's definitely bigger now, but I don't know. He could come back at any moment. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes, he's fine.
Yeah, just 1 foot down the wrong way. That's what everybody behind's always hoping for, at least. But you're right, that gap.
Just go ahead and make a mistake so that way we can capitalize on it.
It almost reminds me of it's almost like a go-kart track.
Yeah, it's very short. I mean, lap times are what, 55, 56 seconds, something like that?
Yeah, so any of those mistakes could be that's a lot of time on the board. Everything's definitely amplified around some places like this. Here's Scott Edwards, the Briton in P4. He started out in P7. He's currently P9 in the overall standings with 24 points, so the P4 here will definitely be, I'm sure, gladly welcomed for him. We'll see if he can finish it out there. The man, the myth, the legend, Chris, still iRacing. P7 right now. I really like that lime green back end of his livery.
It almost looks like it's one of those old, like 80s liveries that has the the stars and all, and the plants and all that. That's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah. I'm sure that has to be at least about 4 or 5 tenths.
Oh, easily, because if you don't look good, you're not very fast.
Here's Rafa licking his wounds right now for sure. He was a part of that 3-car incident earlier.
Ooh, definitely made a mistake there.
And I'm not a big believer of the commentator's curse, but I do feel like it has something to do with that one.
When that happened. it was all you, Noah.
Rafa, I'm sorry. One half of the fastest sim racing duo on the internet, Javi Sierra, one of the Sierra boys. Love seeing him and Chris Ross, some of our most active GT Champions racers, I'd say. What about you, Pix? Like I'm screaming out their name, saying their name every weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have all these guys that here every week, and we could start learning more and more about them and their racecraft, and it's also nice to have some of the guys back, like Rory here, who has already won a coin with us, and he was away from his rig for a few months, and now that he's back home, we see him back on track. So it's cool to see Rory back.
Coming for another coin.
Yes, sir.
And he's in the nice high pre-livery.
Yep.
That almost escaped me. I didn't peep that originally. Chris, you are spot on. These cars sound amazing.
I just waiting for that little intake outside of it there to start like shooting flames out. To be like a rocket booster.
That's all that's missing. iRacing. Give the people what they want. We want flames coming out the back.
It reminds me of like a Go-Go Gadget car, like, and Go-Go Gadget rocket booster, and then they just like, just go really fast. Or like, I don't know, I'm gonna show my age here a little bit, and it was like the old Batman, and I'm not talking about like Michael Keaton era, I'm talking about before Michael Keaton on the TV show.
The first Batman.
Yeah. We got a spicy little battle heating up between Scott and Jakob.
Yep, looks like it for P4. It's British Fury going on right now out there. That gap coming down. I'm having a hot feeling that the dirty air around here is not fun to be driving in, so overtakes are going to take the metal-hearted for sure.
Looks like
I don't know. I
Florian
mean, we all.
Sorry, John. It looked like Florian is getting closer to Jared.
I was just gonna touch on that, Fix. I was just noticing that, like, looks like we're having two little battles start, between P1, P2, and then P3 and P4. So it's gonna get interesting here with what we have. About 13.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's one thing I really do love about this new format. The shorter race at the beginning really makes you get right to it.
Oh, Jakob made a little bit of a mistake going in, and Scott got way closer now. So this battle might be heating up real quick here.
Yeah, Florian really faster in the last 3 laps.
I believe that's because of the slipstream. As he's getting closer, he's able to get more of that slipstream, especially going down the little straight sections we have on this tiny course. I know I can't wait to see how it's going to heat up with the Grand Prix course, because there's a lot more straights there.
Yeah.
And it looks like Scott must have made some type of mistake. He's now down 1.3 seconds. Don't see anything major going on there, so happy to see that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about from earlier. 1 foot down the wrong way, and that's a lot of tenths you're out. Roy's having something to say. He wants to get in on the action, but Albie's not going to let him do it. And there's Rory right there. You see him just trying to find that absolute limit.
He's like, I've had enough. I'm going to just plant my foot and hopefully make it stick, but he went out in the dirt instead.
We got Scott Edwards diving into the pit lane. I'll be still trying to hold off Rory O'Shea. I'll stop on board with him here. See a little bit what the drivers are experiencing. You can see there he's taking as much of the apex as he can, getting as close to that astroturf as he can on these shorter tracks. It's so much more important to really use the whole track. The driver's been right there. Fighting just as much as they can off as Rory.
Big oversteer Miller could catch though.
Quick reflexes to the good there.
And with that, he didn't lose too much time either. Still right up on him.
Still got things heating up all throughout the grid here. Oh, piece. Javi Sierra just.
It looked like, ooh, no.
Oh, that's what happened to Scott. Oh.
Yeah, big moment for him. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, moments
too.
like
He was
those
doing
that
so
speak for themselves. He was. That is heartbreaking to see. Yeah, but a little bit too much of that sausage trying to use the whole track and.
So I hate to say it, but that was definitely one of those don't make a mistake moves from triple stint. Which with if you have triple stint gloves, either you make a mistake or it's definitely on purpose. So you can't really be sure what you did.
Yeah, the best thing about that moment was that he got the experience in triple stint gloves.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It kept him comfortable through the whole thing.
Let's see what happened to Nick here.
Yeah, Nick just got a little bit of lost the back end there, got a little bit of oversteer. Oh,
looks like he got on the power a little too early, and that's just the back end just went right around. So. But here we go. This battle's heating up between Albie and Rory, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, those podium points are oh so important, and whenever you can get a chance to get them, you got to take it. I'll be sniffing the back of Jakob's tailpipe right now. He was looking around the outside for a little bit, and
like before he got in the back a little bit and around.
Yeah, let's see what happened there. Yeah, it was Rory. Excuse me. Rory and Alberto going at it.
Oh
and Rory
no, he just looks like he locked up the front brakes a little bit, and then the car just went around.
Yeah, had a little bit too much heat trying to make that move happen around the outside. And now he's facing the wrong way down the run one way. It's battle for P1. Still spicy. Akers and Horvath right now. Still getting it in.
Go check on the comments here what we have. Chris says, obviously he can't hear you that well, Pix, but I can hear you just fine. I think you're doing a good job. Chris also says this short track is a blast. I would agree with you, Chris, but I have never driven it, and I've never driven this car. I don't really think it would be that much of a blast in a GT3 car. Not enough to go for. But in any case, that's just me. And also, he says that this format is way more fun than I imagined, and I 100% agree with you there, Chris, because just watching these races are a lot of fun just to watch them. And of course, if you guys want to jump in, send us your comments, and we'll chat right along with you and answer your questions or just BS with you.
Right now, what we got on the screen, NV Sim Sports has 4 hours of Okayama coming up. John, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here?
Yeah, so we are going back to doing some endurance races. We tried after our sports car series to do a couple endurance races. Didn't really go that well. In any case, we're bringing it back. It's all GT3, so jump in on that. We have Pro Am, and Am classes for it, open setups. All the information's right there on the screen out in that little poster there. So join us for 4 hours of Okayama on October 18th, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mark your calendars, October 18th, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely going to try to be there. I love all the NV Sim Sports events y'all be putting on, John. Those things are a blast. So definitely looking forward to that. Are we going to see you on the track? Possibly?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're jumping in the car again, and we're going to at least be doing the 4 hours of Okayama. Of course, if you want to join that, make sure you find us all over on SimGrid and sign up, because I don't know if spots are going to last, but I hope they don't, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Perfect, thank you, and we'll see you there. Yes.
Back on track here, we got Jared Akers and Florian still going back and forth, still no movement between the two, but the racing is only getting hotter and hotter as the time ticks away. Jakob Fury, a little bit of a gap between him and P2 right now, but he is still holding off his podium position pretty safely, I might add, as he is 4 seconds to the good from P4 Alberto Alvarez. It's Chris Ross, Javi Sierra, Rafa Rodriguez, and Nick De La Rosa rounding out the top 8, with Scott Edwards and Rory O'Shea rounding out the order. It's 10 racers out here right now. Things are definitely settling down. I'm sure tires are feeling warm at this point. And we continue to roll.
Yeah, with 4 minutes left, it looks like Jakob has a pretty comfortable lead, just driving around, hot lapping around, not worrying about Alberto. But I believe that Alberto looks like he's pushing a little bit, so he might catch him before the 4 minutes is up.
Yeah, he's definitely got to run through the tape, as they say. You got to be locked in for all 25. And we'll see if Jakob can do it. Here's Florian, still chasing down Jared. Florian right now not in the standings, so he'll be looking for his first points of the season. Nothing will be better than starting off on the podium for your first race.
Oh yeah, for sure. Been watching the gap just steadily stay around 7 tenths of a second, and he hasn't really been able to get any closer, but I don't know, things could change in 3 minutes.
Yeah, especially around here, that's still a lot of still about 3 or 4 more laps to finish, so a lot of pavement between now and the end to cover. Looks like we're catching up with some back marker traffic. They get up out the way. Shout out to whoever that was. And that orange-nosed Dallara closing the gap pretty nicely here. Yeah, through that infield, through that stadium section. So things are definitely going to be mode push from here on out.
I think we probably got about 2 more laps to go, and we'll see if Florian can get it done.
He's been looking strong all race. It's been a wire-to-wire performance for the top 2 right now, as they've just had the chance to drive away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, they're comfortable with almost 6 seconds gap between P2 and P3 Jakob there, and then you got another about 3-ish seconds behind that. Yep, Jakob just looks like he's comfortable just driving around.
He's currently sitting in P3 right now, so he'll definitely, like you said, real comfortable. He doesn't feel like he needs to go forward or backwards. He just needs to make it across the line.
Yep. Chris Rice, he's also doing the same, just comfortable back there at P5. Haven't really heard much from him though, which is good. Javi Sierra, same. Hasn't really heard much from him either. But I do know that Javi Sierra is one of the guys that has almost no instant points ever in any race. He is a very, very, very clean racer.
Absolutely, one of Sierra Motorsports' finest.
Oh.
And there it is, P2, Jared Akers having a bit of a moment.
Hopefully we can catch a replay on that, see what happened.
Let's see what happened here.
So there was a lead change, and then, yep, he got a little too overzealous on that gas pedal, and round he went. So this was a good overtake. Florian got the move done.
And yeah, just that outside line.
Yep. Got a little into that dirty air, and then on the loud pedal too much, and round he went. That was it.
So easy to do.
Yeah.
But with that, the checkered flag is up, and it'll be Florian bringing home P1 with Jakob Fury and Alberto Alvarez rounding out the podium in today's sprint race. Jared Akers, Chris Ross, Javi Sierra, and Rafa Rodriguez rounding out the P7, or the top 7. And Nick Della Rosa, Scott Edwards, and Rory O'Shea rounding out the order. Rory O'Shea did have the fastest lap of the session, though, with a 55 flat. And I want to say that will be giving him a point to add to the 20 he earned, so not all is lost there. But today was all about, I feel like that P1, that battle for P1 between Florian and Jared that ended in disaster. For Jared, at least.
That was a really good battle, and unfortunately it just had to end that way. But someone has to win, and someone has to lose.
That's racing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's run through the sprint standings one more time before I think we get a little intermission time, but the drivers get ready for the main event of my evening, maybe your morning, maybe your afternoon. We'll see. Florian Hovath in P1 with Jakob Fury and Alberto Alvarez rounding out the podium. Jared Akers, Chris Dallara with the top 5. Woo! It's a surprise to you, Chris. Not a surprise to us, though, man.
Good job, Chris.
You're a big dog out there. Great job, my friend. Chris Ross, ladies and gentlemen, in P5. Javi Sierra in P6, followed by Rafa Rodriguez, Nick Della Rosa, Scott Edwards, and rounding out the order, it is Rory O'Shea. Rory really having a tough session there. He was down 7 positions. And it's Alberto, who's in P3, who is really smiling ear to ear right now, I'm sure, because he made up 7 positions from that crazy start. How you feeling after that, John? That was crazy.
Man, I'm sweating just watching these guys.
It is absolutely. We got Kwansu Dude. Ugh, I don't join the second lobby fast enough. Oh, Kwan couldn't make the second lobby fast enough. But he's in the chat. We're glad to have you. Make sure if you're watching us right now, if you're lurking in the background, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Always a champion of the people, HHP says. Yeah, we do what we can. We do what we can. And now a word about our sponsors. Origin Micro, the e-commerce superstore supreme. OriginMicro.com is where you can get the best tech equipment on the earth, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Don Doney will get you set up with the deal. If you need HP, Dell, Lenovo, Asus, you see all the logos on the board. If you need any e-commerce needs, visit OriginMicro.com for assistance or email sales at OriginMicro.com. Thank y'all again for sponsoring us, keeping the lights on, keeping everything free for the drivers, just letting them focus on the racing. Origin Micro making that happen for us, so thank y'all. Pix, you got anything to say? I know y'all have a lot of love for Origin Micro. We got a lot of love up here for GT Champions for them.
Yeah, really thankful to them for their support, and yeah, just really happy to have them.
Absolutely. We're also really happy to have PC Systems, the call center support specialists. You know your business if you're out there. You know if you need a lot of phones or a little bit of phones. If you need any call center support, if you don't want to answer every call, call PC Systems. That's the one call you need to make. Richard PC and Bill Belden will get you set up with an extraordinary call center. They'll handle all your needs so you can just focus on your work. PCSystems.com. Give them a visit if you need them. That is PCSystems.com. GT Champions official sponsor. Again, thank y'all for helping us keep the lights on around here and keeping us in motion.
All right, so while we prepare session 2 for the guys, let's take a little break, and as we join that session, we'll be back in a minute. Thank you.
Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a 5th grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.
PC Systems, your dedicated call center partner. We specialize in live customer support as a service, a 24/7 support center, empowering system integrators, operators, and innovators to execute seamlessly at scale, precisely when and where it matters most. Our TaaS model encompasses infrastructure, technology procurement, and comprehensive implementation and lifecycle support. With 3 decades of industry expertise, PC Systems leads in collaborative solutions across hospitality, multifamily student housing, and healthcare. As your trusted white label support partner, PC Systems operates seamlessly in the background, acting as an extension of your team and brand. Simple pricing and transparent solutions allow us to extend your business reach at scale. Let us accelerate your project execution and provide the service delivery infrastructure to expand your business. Contact PC Systems, your call center partner.
Welcome to Origin Micro, your go-to e-commerce superstore for IT hardware and consumer electronics. With over 2 decades of experience, we've earned a reputation for delivering superior customer service and offering top industry brands at competitive prices. We provide a wide range of products from various manufacturers. From notebooks and desktops to networking equipment and VoIP devices, we've got you covered. Our fully stocked warehouse ensures that you'll find the products you need when you need them. And with our expert team always ready to offer personalized support, you can trust Origin Micro for all your IT needs. Origin Micro, your IT e-commerce superstore, serious deals, superior service.
And we are back in round 2 of the F3 Cup, brought to you by Origin Micro. We're here at GT Champions. I am Noah. I have John Cannon with me, special guest in the booth. John, I want to try something a little new here. Now we're in this little intermission time. We're going to give a session shout out to a driver that we liked from that first session. Mine, I'm going to have to give it to Alberto Alvarez, again, being up 7 positions. A lot of racing is being in the right place at the right time. And it seemed like he found himself in the right place at the right time, rising all the way up from the back of the grid and not even putting a time down in qualifying to finding himself on the podium. So that was awesome to me. Albie, shout out to you, my friend. And yeah, John, you got anybody in mind you want to give a shout out to?
Well, no, I believe you stole mine because I was going to say almost the exact same thing. The only thing is I was going to change it up a little bit and say that was a lot of really good heads up racing. He saw the incident right there at turn 1 or turn 2, and just absolutely capitalized on the mistakes that everyone else had made. And he didn't really put a foot wrong the entire time. So shout out to you, Alberto. Definitely. And on top of that, I'm a little biased too, just because he is also part of the NV Sim Sports team. So I had to be a little bit biased. But if I had to go with a second pick, I would have to say it was Chris Rise, just because he had a couple mistakes, but overall he still was able to capitalize and manage a P5, finish, which was really good.
Absolutely. The consistency of the sun for Mr. Rise. He's currently P6 and the overall standings are going into that round, but coming out of there, he is going to have 27 plus 17, 30. Absolutely. 34 points. Yeah, we all caught me doing that math in my head very slowly because there was actually more exciting news that the session is back up. We've gotten everything done behind the scenes, so drivers are able to enter and get out there on track to get some practice laps in, and really try to shake off that experience of the short track A that they just went through. They'll be able to stretch out the Dallara's legs a little bit more on the Grand Prix circuit here. So definitely excited to see how this goes.
Now, the only thing I have a feeling that people get caught out on this one is not only turn 2, but also turn 6, because that is a very, very, very tight hairpin. And I know these cars can make it, but it's going to probably catch a lot of people out because that is the slowest part on the track. And for whatever reason, these cars don't really seem to like, the slower speeds. At least from what I've gathered, just watching this race, if you slow the car down too much, it gets really, really, really squirrely. So we're gonna be watching out for that for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely that is so important to stay on the limit on these things. Otherwise, they do not like it one bit. So we'll see how racers continue to get on as they start to enter and roll out. Everybody's still trickling in. Nice. HHP asking, what's the best strategy for attacking the tough turns?
Um, I don't know, to be honest with you, in these cars, but if it were up to me, I think the best way to attack the turns would just be keep it as smooth as possible. That's the only thing I could really think of. Be smooth on the brake and then smooth on the throttle. So, because otherwise, if you get on the throttle too quickly, you're gonna be spinning around. If you're too aggressive on the brakes, at least from what it looks like, it looks like you'll be going around too. So, just stay smooth.
Yeah, it really all comes back to the fundamentals of racing, especially around these tight and technical tracks. You got to use the full track to get the top speed and performance and time out of the lap. So driving too, messy or dirty, having really dirty inputs are really going to put you in a bad position, especially on the track around here. The Bavarians do love high efficiency, high performance. So folks are going to have to be locked in, slow is smooth, smooth is fast, and try to push
Well,
this thing around for about 45 minutes.
exactly, and on top of that, do you want to stay out of the dirty part of the track? Because once you collect those marbles on your tires, it's just like ice skating. Well, I wouldn't say ice skating. If you've never ice skated before, then it's a little tricky. But it's almost like uh, being on like really slick shoes on ice. So that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I want to say that that's what I feel like happened to it wasn't Florian, but who was it was Jared. I think that's what happened to Jared around the end of the race there. Being on that outside line, I think he picked up a couple of those marbles, lost a little bit of grip, and then we saw what happened there.
And on top of that, the when people happen to go off the track, it brings a lot of the debris back onto the track. So also got to watch out for that. Any of those little rocks and pebbles and stuff like that, they catch you out, especially on the slick tires. Yeah, even though on a dry track, slick tires have the ultimate or the amount of grip that you need. As soon as you get anything on them, it takes all that surface away on the tire, so it makes it a lot slipperier and everything.
Absolutely. John, I did want to ask you, I know we're at the F3 Cup right now, but you got any racing plans this weekend?
For this weekend, no, we had, well, I mean, it was yesterday, but we didn't, all we did was a few, or like I wouldn't say it was a few, but it was a fun race last night at Alton Park, and that was a lot of fun just to get some um, new feelers out for what's actually going on with the newer updates on the track because they updated Alton Park, which it still drives like the old circuit because I don't think they did the whole rescan on it, but they updated all the art and stuff like that. And around the chicanes, they have all the new tire bundles, and apparently they don't move like they do in other racing games and stuff like that. So once you tag those tire bundles, your car is pretty much toast. But in any case, that was a lot of fun. And then I don't really have much racing plans this weekend. Trying to do a couple of officials, trying to get my iRating back up because for whatever reason, every time I do officials, I always lose a ton of iRating.
And me being iRacing noob, you're going to tell me what are officials?
So official races they're just like public lobbies and stuff like that, but uh, you jump into them and you race with people all over the world, and uh, depending on the time, sometimes you get people that are in your time zone. Sometimes you get people in Europe or Asia or Australia.
Oh
But
wow.
anyway, they're all over the world, and you race against people that are very similar to your skill set. So, say if you have 1500 I rating, everyone in that lobby will be about 1500, somewhere like 13 to about 16 or 1700 I rating, depending on how many people are actually in the lobby and stuff like that, or signed up for it. But then everything that you do, if you so many positions you get ahead of or behind, you either gain I rating or you lose I rating. And then if you tend to get into a lot of accidents or something like that, or hit the wall or go off track, that also affects your safety rating. So you could have, someone that is, and on top of that, the depending on whatever you're doing, your safety rating helps you get into faster classes. So you have to start with like MX5, and then eventually you can go all the way up to IMSA or Formula cars or NASCAR, whatever skill set that you're wanting to do.
Nice, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, on the GT7 side, that sounds a lot like the kind of like the daily races, those international events. You hop in, get cracking.
Yeah, it's same idea, same exact thing.
Awesome, awesome.
So Noah, tell us a little bit more about where can people find you. I know that people are really enjoying all these races where you are joining us. So where can people find you outside of our broadcasts?
Oh, absolutely. Easiest place is going to be right here on YouTube. Type in Parquet 713. I make little videos every once in a while. Also do some live streaming when I can get to it. But yeah, I just have a fun time creating what I can. I'm also on all the other socials, but I don't use them as much as I should. So I'm not going to point y'all over there yet. But yeah, come find me on YouTube, y'all. That's going to be the easiest place to get at me. I'm also on Discord. I'm in and out the GT Champions Discord. I'm in and out the MV Sim Sports Discord. So just type in @PA and I should pop up if y'all are clicking all the links y'all are supposed to be.
What about you, John? Where can people find you?
Uh, well, as just like what Noah said, you can find me all over the social medias at MV Sim Sports. I do all the media and everything for all the leagues, um, social media and stuff like that. So you can find me there. I'm more active on Twitter more so than anything, and I'm actually thinking about starting up a different Twitter account that actually share stuff that's going on with racing, but more stuff that I tend to do, like be at Sonoma, which I'm going again this year, or just other things that I happen to do. Just it's focused more on racing and not so much more on like actual real world stuff that I tend to like politics or what's actually going on in the world. Maybe like the fall of Rome or something like that. Anyway, if you want, just go ahead and find me on social media. Right, at NB Sim Sports, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I don't have anything else, but you can also find me in the NB Sim Sports Discord because that's where I tend to hang out the most. But I am occasionally on, in and out of other Discords and stuff like that. I'm kind of one of those guys that just likes to lurk around, and the guy that peeks in the bushes and just sees what goes on.
As always, every round, drivers are fighting for what you see on the screen right now. You got it. It's that GT Champions winners coin. Each one is uniquely numbered. So, all of our winners, that coin is the only one out there. And folks are fighting for another one today, tonight, wherever you are, something like that. We know Rory already has one of those things. We had to send it out to Ireland. Wherever you are, we will get the package to you. All you got to do is win. It's the GT Champions Winners Coin. These things are so nice and just so cool. It's such a unique, prize I've seen. It's really cool that you all do this pick. So drivers, y'all see it. I know you want it. You can get it. And we also, on the GT Champion side of things, got the Prototype Showdown cooking right now. This is going to be the fastest GTP cars battling it out over longer races, 5 rounds. We're going to be on iRacing for this one. Signups are opening this Monday on September 22nd. So make sure you join up the Discord, visit the website, click all of the links again to get signed up and get registered to learn more. Lights will go green on October 18th, and I cannot wait to see you there. Again, follow us on all socials for more information. Picks, you got anything else to add here about the Prototype Showdown?
Nah, just really excited to tease this one. Just to remind people to stay tuned for all the details. Like you said, this one is going to be just a little bit longer, considering these cars are always related to endurance stuff and strategy, and this is gonna be fun. And well, without any GT3 cars on track for this, it's also a good opportunity for drivers that are not so used to these cars to focus just on cars that have the same pace and same speed, and this is gonna be fun. These are some really cool cars, fast, great sound. They look amazing. So it's a great step for people that have been doing GT3s, been doing GT4s before with us, and now to move on to these cars as we keep getting them on faster cars. So really fun to have something like this. Really excited, and like we said before, this is part of this, which is our roadmap for the rest of the year. To finish a couple of series before Thanksgiving. We know it's a US date, US holiday, but we want to finish this season in the F3s, then finish the GTP season before Thanksgiving, so people can then focus on the holidays. And then after Thanksgiving is what we consider the GTC winter, where we have one-offs, short races, some fun races, some other serious races, but we'll still have events, especially for those that still race on during the winter. We know that not everyone travels for the winter. Sometimes people don't celebrate for various reasons, or stay at home. So we still want to create stuff for the people that want to race during the winter. I know a lot of people simply take a break. A lot of series stop doing things, but even though we don't have a series planned for the winter, we still are going to have races for everyone that wants to come and join us.
Pix, it's a good thing you touched on that. Where if you've never done any kind of multi-class racing and stuff like that, the GTP is perfect for people that want to try the GTPs but can't ever seem to get into it because you have to do it with another class like GT3s or LMP2s and stuff like that. And if you've never done anything like that, you're definitely going to want to join this series, just so that way you can get experience just only around one, the GTP class.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think it's a good opportunity to mention about this F3 series that we're doing at the moment. It's also part of a different roadmap that we have, and it's our open wheel roadmap. And people are currently doing the F3 Cup, as you know, if you're watching. We've already done F4, and next up is our Indy Next series, and that will be coming in January. And there's only one track that I can announce, and it's Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez. That will 100% be in this series. So if you are getting the Indy Next, make sure to also get the Mexico City track. We'll have a couple of ovals or a bunch of ovals because this one will be longer than this one, more than 4 rounds. So a couple ovals, a couple of interested circuits for Indy cars. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Ovals also for sure are gonna be so much fun in this one.
This
You
whole
said
path really has me fired up for open rail racing, yo.
in Mexico City, that is a fun track. I have never done it in a one of these Indy open wheel cars, but in a GT3 car, it is absolutely a blast. And especially because it's such a high altitude, the car flies down the straight, but it is very scary and twitchy into the corners. But it's still a lot of fun. I enjoy the track.
Yeah, yeah, we've had 6-hour races here. The WEC, the FIA WEC.
Oh, the World Endurance
Yeah,
Championship. That's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It came here 2 years, and it was amazing to see the LMP ones here, and so we've had Indy, Formula One, we've had Formula 3 here, Formula 4, so it's a good track for this stuff, and it has a lot of configurations. So I'm sure we'll find one that is well suited to the Indy Next cars, and have a lot of fun.
Doesn't the Porsche Cup series run down there too, or no?
Yeah, Porsche Cup has been here. Both the one that tours alongside F1, and also a vintage Porsche Cup races here every once in a while. So yeah, Formula E, TCR. There's a lot of formulas and series and road series that come here every year. All right, so we're almost ready. Cars are greeting, and
Here we go. It's main event time.
yes, sir.
Our road to IndyCar continues here at Hockenheim Grand Prix circuit. It's the F3 Cup coming at you on the other side of these lights.
Here we go. Everyone's gridded. And away we go.
Here we go. We got Florian sticking around the outside there. It's him and Rory now leading the pack, with Jakob Fury and the red-nosed Dallara holding down P3. We have 8 drivers with us in total in this final round here, so the racing is going to be tight, technical, and fierce. And Rory's going to be looking to make up for a less than ideal sprint race.
Ooh, someone
as he continues to hold down P1. Yeah, it looked like there may have been a light bit of contact. Yeah, hopefully nothing major like that was between Jakob and possibly Florian.
Mm-hmm.
Alberto is really just attacking the back of Scott Edwards right now. As drivers fall into line. Rory trying to use the entire track, bringing some of that sand out to play. And here we
Just
go.
hopefully
It
that
is
doesn't get him later down the road.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We need to get the grounds crew out their stat. Is Rory O'Shea holding down P1
Ooh,
with Flory
got a
and
little
Jakob
twirly on the exit there.
and P3? Yeah, folks are definitely experiencing a little bit of that racing magic as they cross the start-finish late, straight.
I know what you meant. You wanted to say line and straight at the same time.
Yeah. I'm almost, 28 years into my English journey now, still
Hey, John,
Still haven't
mastered it
figured out.
yet.
what happened with Albi's livery?
For the F3, I didn't create one.
Oh,
Just went all black.
I didn't even own this car until just today, so there was no way I was
got
going to
it,
be able
got
to
it, got
create
it.
something that quick. However, I did create his livery for the Mustang Challenge. I don't know. I assume you guys saw that.
Here goes Chris Ross in P7 right now. He's trying to hold off Javi Sierra while chasing down Diego.
And like we mentioned, or like I mentioned earlier, or last race, was that with Javi Sierra, if you watch him, he is just absolutely patient, and he will wait and wait and wait for something to arise. He will not actually, be very aggressive to let's actually get the position done. If it opens the door, then he'll take advantage of it, but he'll wait. And even if you're slower, he'll still just sit there and wait.
He's almost like a lion just waiting to pounce. He knows the perfect opportunity and is everything. Timing is everything. He is for sure a smooth operator out there on the track. I'm sure we'll be hearing from him over these next 35 minutes. Here we go with Jakob right now, who just finished in, I believe it was P2 in the sprint race. Going to be looking for another strong outing here during the Grand Prix session. And things are not, as I would say, chaotic as that sprint race was. The gaps are already starting to reach around the second, first place through fifth. There's some heat going on back there for P6 right now between Diego and Chris Ross. And Scott Edwards, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
it looks like a
P5.
3-car battle for P5 between Edwards, Padua, and Rise.
These are always fun. Let's see how these guys can get on. Diego in the white and green, chasing down the blue and red livery of Scott Edwards.
He's going to
And
pull out
there's
this
Chris Ross.
slipstream. Let's see who
Diego
breaks
rolls
later into this.
outside. Yeah. He's going up the inside. He's making it happen.
That
He
was
takes the
good.
apex, and there he is into P5.
Good
Scott
job.
Edwards conceding the position. Yeah, that was a smooth move right there.
But I don't know. Scott might just, he looks like he's trying to battle back for you. He might take him, well, maybe not. Poke his nose out of the slipstream a little bit to see, maybe distract him a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a little gamesmanship going. I'm sure it's not the end of those two story.
But it also looks like Chris Rice, he's coming right up. He might take that position away from Scott too.
Diego currently up 2 positions from his starting position, so now this is going to be his first little opportunity in clean air. We'll see what he can do. And these three still just falling right in line. We hear these rocket ships go across, and here we go back on board with P2. Florian still trying to chase down Rory O'Shea right now for the race lead. But Rory not making things easy on him.
No, Rory's got a gap of almost 1.5 seconds, and I wouldn't say he's really pulling away, but he hasn't really, left anything on the table either for him. So Florian is definitely going to have one heck of a time to catch him.
Absolutely. He also can't forget about Jakob back there in P3. Jakob is another one of those smooth operators where he always just finds himself in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he's working back there about another second and a half back too, so don't count him out yet.
There's battle for P6 right here. The steam is rising, and so is Chris.
I was just gonna say, look like Scott made a terrible mistake, and then Chris just absolutely took advantage of that.
And that's him up in the P6. Scott tumbling all the way down the order to the back of the grid. And again, that just goes to show in these GT Champions lobbies, you cannot make one mistake. Folks are going to be right there, ready to take full advantage. It's definitely deep water out there each weekend I'm calling these races, and today's been no different.
And it looks like Javi Sierra got around Scott too. So Scott, he was, I don't know how to say it, but he was the biggest loser of that entire train. So he lost the position to Diego, Chris, and then now Javi. So he's back in 8th place, but who knows, maybe he might be able to get some going and take advantage of all these guys. I'm rooting for you, Scott. I want to see the underdog win. Yep, looking at Jakob right now, he's been just slowly, looks like he's been slowly losing pace to Florian, but I don't know, maybe he's getting scared because Albie's been catching him slowly. Because Albie's now about 1.5 seconds behind Jakob. But I don't know, Jakob might actually be able to defend and at least keep the P3 away from Albie. But who knows, we'll have to see and watch and see. So, no, I gotta ask, since you haven't dabbled in the iRacing experience yet, which you really need to, what is your favorite thing to do on Gran Turismo 7? Oh no, never mind, he took off and left on us. Sorry about that. I didn't even see that happen. So it looks like it's all me, folks, so I gotta call this one. Like Diego has a little bit of a connection issue.
Yeah,
he just disappeared a little bit.
Yeah, he's blinking a little bit, so.
Oh, I mean, he's down in Venezuela, so it's not the greatest connection down there, but it's still.
No, he is from Venezuela, but he's in the USA.
Oh, he's in the United States? I thought he was down in Venezuela.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's at a college And you know that college Wi-Fi is not always ideal for sim
Oh,
racing.
that is true.
Yeah,
College
yeah.
internet is not the greatest. I mean, I wouldn't really expect anything less for it being free, but whatever. But I don't know. This looks like Rory. He's just slowly getting further and further away. His gap is now 2.5 seconds from Florian. Oh, what happened here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. These guys are closing the gap to each other, and
Yeah, and like I was saying, Javi just waiting and waiting and waiting, and eventually he just pounced, and he did. Looks like he made it around Chris Rise, but looks like Chris Rise might lose another position to Scott. Scott looks like he's battling back, and I want to see Scott at least get back to where he was. Where was he? I think P5. That'd be great for him to see, but I don't know if he can make it happen or not. But
yeah,
Javi, now that he's in clean air, I think he's going to be able to chase down Diego without any issues, and that is going to be a fight to watch as long as Javi can get up to Diego.
yeah. I I don't want to step away from them at the moment because they're too close, and but I think we can watch a replay in a few seconds to see if we can catch what happened to Scott.
I'd say don't worry, I'll jump back onto him and watch him, so that way I can let you know if anything happens. We can get out of the replay real quick.
Yeah.
Oh no, did something happen to
no.
Albie?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, they're gonna have to watch another replay. Oh no, looks like Chris got into the back of. Looks like, oh, I don't know. I saw something happen. I was watching Javi, and man, there's just all kinds of action just happening
Yes.
right now.
Yeah, I don't see any damage on Alvi, so I think it's time to catch a couple
But
replays.
I think maybe he just made an error on his own. Ooh, yep, he got it.
Oh, I
Got into the.
see. Okay. Something for our stewards to review later tonight.
Yeah, looks like he just got in a little too hot into Jakob. Florian made a little error.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. At least he didn't go around. And another replay. Chris Rise, I believe he did get into the back end of Scott. Oh no, Scott went around.
Well, saved it. Looks like he saved it.
Oh, oh, that was good. Oh wait, no, that happened earlier. I remember that one. And then this is the one I was thinking of. That happened just
Okay.
a little bit ago.
I got no damage
Oh,
shot, don't worry.
oh, so Scott just made a little error, and then ended up him and Chris came together.
Yeah, I don't see much damage, fortunately.
Now looks like looks like Albie is now caught back up to Diego. So we'll see how this battle rages on. Like Diego touched the dirt a little bit on the exit of the last turn. So he looks like he lost a little bit of time to Alberto, because Alberto, I know he's pushing hard to try and get past and get back up to where he was.
Yeah.
So oh, but it looks like Albie's pushing a little too hard and got himself run a little wide there. But Chris drives with all the really cool liveries. The one that looks like a spaceship from the 80s.
To me, it has that energy drink like vibe.
Oh, kind of like the old energy drinks. Oh, look at this move by Albie. Dips in and out. He's gonna overtake him.
All right.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Side by side.
Is he gonna? He looks
Got
like he
him.
made his stick. That was an absolutely brilliant move, Albie. Faked him out and then went around the outside and then back to the inside, and yeah, that was absolutely good stuff. That is a weird view. I like you can't even see the other side of the car.
Yeah.
There we go. That one's better.
Yeah, that was better.
I like that. I like that view way better than the other one. But yeah, it looks like Diego made a little bit of a mistake coming out of the last couple turns, and Albie is just pulled away from him. He's already up about a second from him. So it looks, I believe Albie's going to go back to chasing Jakob. So Jakob has still some opportunity to keep it on the podium, but we'll see. Because Albie, I know he's pushing hard to get back up to that P3 spot. And then also right now, Javi is about 2 seconds behind Diego. So if Sierra can actually get back up to Padua, or yeah, that's how you pronounce the name, back up to him, that, like I said earlier, that fight's going to be really good to watch.
Yeah, Jakob seems to be on a race of his own again. Not quite close to P1 and P2, but yet way ahead P4. Just like in race
Jakob,
1.
Jakob's just having his own race. He's about 4 seconds off behind Florian. And Florian and Rory, they seem to be catching back up to each other, about a second from each other right now. So hopefully it's not a repeat of what happened in the last race, where Rory went around and Florian was able to capitalize on the mistake. But again, time will tell, so we'll see what happens. And we still got what, about 15-ish minutes left in the race, so you never know, anything could happen.
Yeah. We've seen that in the past, and we saw it a lot in our last series, the Mustang Challenge, where me or Chris used to say, "Oh well, if you're P2 and Ollie Schultz has a 40-second advantage on you, you just gotta keep going because you don't know if something is going to happen." And we were at Fuji, and everyone needed to pit for fuel in the last 5 minutes. And guess what? Ollie had to pit. He was 40 seconds ahead, and he spun entering the pit. And he lost the lead, and P2 basically won the series with that. So yeah, even if you have a 40-second gap, you have to keep going, and you have to think that anything can happen.
Yeah, just keep pushing, and even if you think that, oh, your race is done just because you're 30, 40 seconds back, don't even think that way, because you never know. At the end of the race, you could be battling for P1, especially because someone might make a mistake and you never know it.
All right, so John, tell us a little bit more about your other event that you have soon, And I see a big GTC TV logo there, so people need to register for this.
Oh, absolutely. We already have 28 people signed up for this GT Sprint Series. It's the return of our basically our GT3 flagship event. We run every Friday night. And of course, it's a free entry. There's trophies and cash prizes, and there's just way too many prizes to mention on this, unless you want to listen to me talk for another 13 minutes or so on just the prizes alone. But no, we have pro, silver, and am classes. So the silver is a new class for this series because we just had pro and am. So it's now somewhere right in the middle. If you think you're not quite fast enough to be a pro, but you're way too fast to be an am, silver is right for you. And right now that seems to be the spot that everyone is jumping to. So that one is almost full. However, if it does get full, I'm going to open up some more spots for that. But I'm going to try and limit it to the whole series to 45 spots total. And of course, you guys are going to be broadcasting every week on Friday at 8, about 8-ish or so Eastern time. So you definitely want to jump in on this. Head over to SimGrid right now and jump in on that. Get on that register, sign up today, because otherwise there probably won't be a spot before it all happens. And of course, we got ourselves a new sponsor with this series, not only with Triple Stint, but we also got Natasha Coffee. I got to mention them because they're the ones that are putting this whole thing on, and they're giving out some really cool prizes too, especially if you like coffee. I know if you're not a coffee drinker, they also do have some other prizes they're going to give out too. So
I love coffee.
So as far as I know, their coffee is absolutely delicious. It's probably some of the best coffee that I've ever had. And I'm not really a big coffee person, so they're definitely a good sponsor for the whole thing. But anyway,
all right.
Enough about coffee and stuff like that. But make sure you get over to SimGrid right now, sign up, because you don't want to miss out.
Sounds good. And yeah, you just never can have enough coffee. And looks like this gap is reducing.
Oh yeah, this gap came down.
Florian had his coffee, and look at this.
Yeah, it's definitely staying focused with this now, and yeah, we got him because I think while I was talking about the GT Sprint Series, Rory had a little bit of a mistake into the stadium section, and that brought the gap down.
Yep.
But now it looks like Rory's now back 7/10 of a second, so he's going to want to, keep pushing, and maybe Florian might make a mistake.
Yeah, Florian is another one of these drivers that has a lot of experience in these cars. So this is going to be really interesting to follow.
So does Florian drive open wheel cars? I wouldn't say professionally or anything like that, but does he drive them?
Yeah, I think he has. Pretty sure him and Andre are the ones that have driven real live cars. Rory has done a lot of karting, and these little cars, we call them Gran Turismo cars here, like real, like these Chevy type cars. Rory has done those in real life as well, so some experience, yeah, in real life racing.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, because I know, like you guys were saying last race, Andre, he drives one of these cars.
Yeah.
Not really professionally, but he does a lot of racing with these cars, so
yeah,
definitely has that advantage, and that's why he dominated race 1 and 2.
Yep. Yeah, but looks like Florian is opening the gap a little bit. Decided to maybe keep his pace and his tires for the final 10 minutes.
I believe so, but then again, he was probably just cruising around. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit back here and watch everything and see how it all unfolds, and then if you make a mistake, great. If you don't, no big deal. I don't care. I'm just happy right where I'm at. But then you know, Rory opened the door, so he's like, "Well, I guess I'll take it." So now I'm just gonna stretch my legs and see how it all unfolds right at the end. But Rory has the fastest lap at, what is that, a 32.8? That's pretty quick.
Yep.
But Florian, he's not that much further behind. Only about 7. Was that thousand or no, not thousands, hundreds of a second behind?
Tenths, yeah. Yep.
Oh, it would be 10, 100, and 1,000, I believe, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a math whiz or anything like that.
Same. We leave that talk for Crofty and those guys. But
yeah, all the guys that are mathematicians and stuff like that know everything about everything. So let them figure it out, and all the rookies and amateurs will just be like, well, we'll just muddle through everything.
We're not here for a math decathlon. We're here for some racing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, Noah.
Thank you. Y'all try to sneak in through the back door there a little bit.
Well, the door kind of slammed when you walked in. Because we both had to spin around like, oh my God, there he is. But you missed a lot of good racing because Florian now is P1 and Rory is quite a bit off the pace a little bit.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. I was trying to stay as tuned in as I could while I was handling some company, but any other crazy moments I missed out on? Fill me in. Give me the deets.
Yeah, let's see. Scott Edwards, he went from P5 back to P8. He had a bit of a moment much earlier in the race. And then Padua, Sierra, and Rydog got past him. Albie had a bit of a moment. He got into the side of Jakob, and he's currently about 5-ish or so seconds away from Jakob. I believe he has damage on one of the wheels, so that's probably why he has been losing out on time. But other than that, it's been quite the race. We've had some bumping and banging, a lot of overtakes, a lot of underdog moments that you wouldn't really think of. But I don't know. It's just been a very exciting race to watch.
Been a very exciting full day of racing, I must say. Again, these are really my favorite parts of Saturday, and today's been no different.
Well, I don't know about you, but I do believe that weekends are for sim racing.
Agreed. Yes. Racing and sim racing. Yes.
Oh no!
Rory's battling a lot.
What a save!
Yeah, that was a very good save.
Rory will definitely be hoping to flush that moment, because that was a scary one.
Yeah, you were saying about weekends and sim racing, John?
Yep.
But anyway, so Friday and Saturday are for sim racing, and then Sunday is for regular racing, like your Formula Ones, your NASCAR, your GT World Challenge, IMSA, whatever event you watch. Sundays for that. Everyone says, "Oh no, Sundays are for family time or whatever." No, it's for racing. Family can wait. As my wife is looking at me like, what are you doing?
Well, you said it. And she's welcome to come give her opinion in our chat. And of course, we'll listen to it.
Yes, Mrs. Cannon, please come tell us why we're wrong.
She looks like she's gonna refrain from that.
Because come in the chat.
That's the next thing I know, I'm gonna be in the doghouse. So let's see.
At least you can hopefully take your rig in there with you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I want to know why Scott Edwards has pitted. I don't know if it's tires, if it's might be tires, because from what I'm seeing from Rory, tires are, I think, on their limits.
Yeah,
this
because
track is
Jakob is
definitely a tire eater.
yeah, and Jakob's gotten right up on the back of Rory.
Bringing it under a second to at this moment. Let's see what happened here with Diego.
Just 2 wides, okay.
Okay, nothing major. That's always good to see.
Yeah, Jakob's closed the gap on Rory. Stays less than a second back now.
Yeah, this fight for P2 is far from over. As we reach the closing stages of round 2 of the GTC Champions F3 Cup.
Got about 2.5 minutes to go.
Yep, Florian still with the strong lead up there in P1, but right now we're on board. Oh, yeah, we're on board with Florian still. And there we
Or
go
Jakob,
with
one
the
of the two.
Jakob and Rory in this battle for P2. This is going to be very important for the story of the standings.
I don't know. You might want to, not count your chickens yet, because you got Alberto peeking there in the background. He's a ways back, but you never know.
Yeah, especially if there's enough fighting going on, Alberto will definitely be looking to take full advantage there.
And look at this battle heating up right at the closing stages. You got Chris Rise and Diego Padua.
Yeah.
So just battles happening all over right at the closing seconds. Like all of a sudden everyone decided to come right.
As we said earlier, timing is everything, and I guess this must be the perfect time as Jakob and Rory seem to come together there for an instant. Nothing major happening, but again, that's just going to show how intense things are heating up to and the levels that racers are starting to reach as they know the opportunities for promotion are dwindling away with every turn. Looks like Albie right now getting yellow flagged. Am I seeing that correctly?
I think he just went wide.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it looks like he just
Coloring
went wide.
outside the lines there a bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
All good if you ain't coloring outside the lines while you racing.
Well, if you color outside the lines too much, the stewards don't like that, and eventually they'll give you a penalty.
Yeah. You always got to be trying to push that limit as much as you can. Here we go with this battle for P6. Chris Ross still looking for that move. He's running out of time here.
You know what was never mentioned is how Sierra got past Padua, because for a while, like I mentioned it earlier that they were going to be. Oh, never mind. I answered my own question. Here it is.
Well, since you're sharing with us, thought I show it.
Yeah, I mean that answered that question, because I figured out at some point that battle's got to be heating up if they get close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it just never happened.
Some battles go out with a bang and some with a whimper.
Mm-hmm. Well, and speaking of battles and whimpering and stuff like that, it looks like Rory's got his 2-second gap going on again. So Jakob probably made it. Oh no, something happened right there at the end. Because Jakob came through and
tires are just gone.
Yeah, the tires are just toast. See,
Oh,
my
X
man
Games mode
Alberto got onto the podium.
Yeah, so it's P2 for Jakub, P3 for Alberto. Rory falls down to P4.
I know that's a shame that Rory, all the tires just absolutely gave up right at the end.
This
That's
battle,
heartbreaking.
Wow.
That was a really good fight from everyone.
Yeah. That was a crazy end brought to you by uh, Hankook tires.
Yeah, yeah, because those tires are definitely cooked.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's look at the final standings.
It's going to be Florian Horvath in P1 bringing home the checkered flag, with Jakob Fury and Alberto Alvarez rounding out the podium. Roy O'Shea in a strong P4, followed by Javi Sierra, Diego Padua, Chris Raz, and Scott Edwards rounding out the order in P8. To finish first you must finish. And all 8 of our drivers in this round are going to be scoring big points. So that's always good to see. And this was a crazy one. Absolutely. John, you saw more of this party than me, man. What's sticking out to you right now in your mind after seeing how everything shook out?
So what really stuck out to me was the tires definitely didn't hang on. They were really good at the very first of the stint, and that's why we saw Rory. He had the fastest lap, and he was almost. I thought he was going to be, the dominating, the entire race, but unfortunately, the tire just gave up right there at the end of the race. And as you can see, he went from first to fourth in as little as what 20 minutes. So tires were definitely an issue with this car. This car absolutely tears them up. But then again, I mean, the track surface probably isn't that tire friendly, because I know that um, a lot of these older German tracks and stuff like that, they are just absolutely tough on tires because of the tire degradation and so on and so forth. So you just have to keep the tires alive as much as possible, which is very hard to do in these cars, it seems.
Yeah, these things are definitely seeming to be certified tire eaters after the end of 2 rounds here. We're joined now with our
My man, Alberto
absolutely
Alvarez.
P3 right here. Alberto, my friend,
Hey.
how are you feeling?
Lucky?
It's better
I
to be
don't know if
lucky than
this,
good sometimes, man.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I deserve to be here with you guys, but yeah,
Oh
got
no, you
lucky
earned
there.
it. Yeah, no, you earned it. You earned it fair and square. So, talk to me a little bit about that luck you were able to experience, right? What was some of the take me just through that moment.
I mean, I just I see one car like going pointing the wrong way, and it's up for position. So I mean, I guess you have to be there to gain for it. But yeah, it's definitely a fun car. Just a bit tough to drive, easy to overheat the rear tires, and then oh boy, it's a handful to drive.
Yeah,
So on
absolutely.
screen right now, we got your incident uh with Jakob. What happened there into, was it turn 6?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I was saving my tires for the first few laps, and I thought I saw the leader was starting to drop, so I was like, okay, time to go. So I tried to get close to Jakob, and I wasn't planning on sending a move or anything. He just broke super early, and
Yeah,
I either ran into him or I tried to send it. So
yeah, it
I
looked like
gave
you
him.
tried to send it a little too much, and then yeah, it didn't end
I
too
mean,
well for.
I was planning on breaking way earlier than what I usually do, and he broke even earlier. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna send it, but I don't want to do Max Verstappen move and just push him off. So I was trying to leave him room on the outside, so I wasn't able to get right next to him.
Oh, so you tried
But
a Daniel Ricciardo and didn't work out too much or too well for you.
no, not really. Like if I wanted to do it, I probably like it was gonna work because I wasn't um committed to it. So it was kind of like just a bit awkward and like a half-ass move. And I
Right.
mean, good that it was only me that spun, I guess. Was able to recover nicely, so not too bad at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So, Alberto, two big P3s on the day for you from both rounds. How you feeling about where you're sitting at right now, currently in the championship standings?
I don't even know where I am. It's my first race in the series, so I mean, let's see where it goes. Couple of fast guys up front, and it's gonna be an interesting one, I guess.
That's gonna be a fun one. I think two P3s will get you 42 points on the day, so that's nothing to snuff your nose at. Show somebody some love for us right now. Any shout outs before we get you out of here for the day?
I mean, shout out to John, first day on the broadcast team, I think. So I was telling him like yesterday, maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow if I get a podium, and it happened. So
It's
yeah,
like you put it out into the ether and you knew it was going to happen. So here we are.
I mean, I'm lucky in this league. I don't know. Last race I won the race, and this one I got a couple podiums. So, and then shout out to you guys like Biggs, Chris, and Noah for the broadcast. Gonna enjoy it later. Yeah.
Good job,
Yes,
Albie.
there we go. Thank you,
See you
Albo. Albie again. We'll see you next week, my friend, hopefully. P3, ladies and gentlemen. Alberto Alvarez. Next up, we got Jakob Fury. Jakob, big day today, my friend. How you feeling after the Grand Prix round?
Yeah, that was a very intense race. For basically the whole race, I was either being chased or chasing someone. And then, yeah, it was unfortunate that what happened near the end where he spun out in the last corner. But yeah, that's racing, I guess, and I was just lucky to be there to get the position.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jakob. I did have a question for you. How was it that you got so close to oh God, I can't remember his name now. The guy that was in P2. Yeah, Rory. You got so close to him, and then you guys were battling for a little bit, and then just all of a sudden, you kind of fell off. Was it because of the tires?
For me, I mean, like I felt I managed my tires like pretty well for the whole race. I wasn't pushing too hard. And then I looked like for Rory, I think he must have had some damage, or I know he was pushing very hard at the beginning for the fastest lap, and basically the first half of the race he was pulling away. I'm guessing Rory's tires just fell off a cliff from there because he started. It was very messy. I could see he was sliding all over the place. So I guess I just managed my tires better and managed to catch up. I almost got the switchback done in the hairpin, but then he had a little bit of a slide. So I think that damaged my front wing a bit. But then obviously, like a lap later or so, he spun in the last corner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Jakob, I think you had back-to-back P2s today, and that kind of performance, I'm thinking, is going to have you at the top of the championship order after everything shakes out. How's it feel hearing that news?
Yes, that's very exciting for me. So I guess after this race, I'll be leading the series. I also changed my approach to the race as basically now I'm just not I'm gonna have to complete every single race, no crashes, no DNFs, and then to the end and hopefully win the title like that. I think Andre will probably be back next round as well, so be interesting to see what he does in the next few races.
It will indeed. Things will be heating up as we continue our road through the F3 Cup. Any shout outs you want to give out there before we get you out of here for today?
Shout out to my family, mum, dad, and they're both watching the race today. And then also shout out to the team Mercury Racing team. hopefully for the next series we can get a few more drivers from the team on the grid.
That
You all
would be
heard the man. That's
lovely.
Jakob Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Jakob.
Thank you.
And finally, we got Mr. Top Step himself, P1 in the sprint race, P1 in the Grand Prix. It's Florian. Florian, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. How are you guys?
We well, man. We up
Well,
here.
we're not as sweaty as you are, but we were definitely sweating
Yeah.
watching you go
I
from
mean,
what, like 2.5 seconds down to now winning it. So that was a really good drive.
yeah, thanks. I was just hoping to make this a bit more exciting. So this was also my first race in the F3 car, so I've been only doing a bit of practice before. And I didn't even know how to start the race. So like putting in the clutch and everything. So usually I do rolling starts because I drive GT cars, but yeah. Gotta give it to the other drivers. They were really quick today, and to queue off them in the sprint race and in the feature race was really not easy. So I'm just really glad that I could bring home the 2 wins today.
Yeah, they were pretty quick, but you were quicker. Back-to-back P1s are going to give you 60 points in the championship. That is going to be very helpful in the road to the coin. John, you got anything for our day winner?
Other than just an absolute superb drive, I don't know how you did it. If why can I never remember this dude's name? Sorry, I am so terrible with names. If Rory hadn't have had the 2 errors, do you think you would have been able to ever catch him?
I'm not sure. It would have been a lot harder, but I gotta say, I already drove against Rory in the F4 series, so I know he's quick, and it would have been definitely a lot more difficult to catch up to him. But I can imagine it would have been a good fight, and yeah, what can I say?
Yeah,
He
because
would
you
have,
guys were fighting right off the get-go, and I thought maybe you guys were gonna be fighting all the way to the end, and then you kinda had a
yeah, I
moment or
expected that
2, and then
really.
dropped off the pace, and it's like, maybe not," and then Rory had that moment right there at the end. I was like, "Oh, wow, maybe he's gonna get him."
Yeah, he would have deserved to win just as much, but like in the end, that's the results. I just hope that I can replicate that for the next weekend. And just as Jakob said, probably Andre will be back next week, so that will make things a lot harder. But it's just good to get a few points in and setting the base for the championship.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Florian.
How you going?
Sorry, we were wondering if you do any real life racing. I remember that you do karting. Have you ever had any experience with open wheel real life cars?
Sadly not. I only do rental karting, but that's also really on budget, so I do mainly sim racing. That is basically all I do.
Okay. So if you were, let's say, interested in doing real life racing besides or stepping up from karting, what would be your ideal series or car to build on?
That's a really good question. Like for open wheels, yeah, definitely F4, F3. That's, I think, a really good base because you just learn the basics from there. Because if you look into other simulations like Assetto Corsa, you would jump straight into the GT3 or like a hypercar. And from that, you don't learn as much as when you start from zero or like the lower classes. So yeah, what you're doing is just great. And also like for GT racing, I would definitely say GT4s, TCR, that are the classes that will definitely help the most with that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, nice. All right, but maybe one day.
Who knows? Let's see if the sponsors come.
Well, definitely. Hopefully, if everything works itself out, for you on this championship, we can have you a GT Champions winners coin. as part of those part of the livery or something, part of the suit when you're up there driving
Yeah,
those
definitely. Let's see.
GTs. Well, Smooth Flooring, it was a honor to watch you race, my friend, today. You were wicked quick, wicked fast. Any final shout outs you want to give before we get you back to your day?
Yeah, first of all, big shout out to you guys for broadcasting and commenting and doing all this amazing work on the series. And also a big shout out to my team. I couldn't do it without them, so big thank you.
Absolutely. P1, Florian Horvath. Am I saying that right, Florian? Florian Horvath?
Almost like some like what Horvat, you could say, without exactly without the F.
Got it. Horvath.
In Austrian, you would say it Horvat, but I think that's on a bit harder on the pronunciation side. So
yeah, I'm gonna be working on it. I'm gonna be working on it throughout the week.
We're gonna keep botching it and keep screwing up because for whatever reason our American accents are
I
just
got used to it
terrible.
from Chris, so it's fine.
I'd say at least we kind of remember your name, unlike Rory. Sorry, Rory.
Cool. Well, Florian, thank you, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go celebrate, have some fun, and yeah, we'll be catching you in the next rounds.
Thank you. See you later, guys. Bye. Or like next week.
And Pix, what were you about to say? Sorry.
No, yeah, and then just that Rory needs to come back so that John learns his name and.
Yes, Rory needed to get on the podium, not next week, but the week after, so that way I can learn his name and be like, "Hey, I totally forgot your name during Hockenheim." On several different occasions.
I'm about to say it's not the first time, won't be the last time for many of us, but we will continue to march forward. And here we go. We've made it. Pix, John, this was a blast. John, you sound like a superstar into the booth with me, man. I really appreciate you joining up today and taking over, man. How'd it feel?
Well, when when I had no idea you were gone, I asked you a question. And I'm like, "Oh, he's gone. Well, all right. Well, I guess we'll just keep rolling with it." But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Look forward to doing it again, especially at Barber, because Barber's going to be a lot of fun. As much as no one likes that track, I actually do like that track.
You know, this is another parquet fun fact. That's actually my home track. I've never been to it before, but Barber Motorsport Park is definitely a staple out there in Birmingham, Alabama. So everybody in the 205,
you definitely need to go to that track, especially when the GT World Challenge is there, because that is a lot of fun. And I don't know about next year, but at least this year, especially when I went to Sonoma, you were able to get into some of the GT3 cars. I got it, or my son, he got into the Ford Mustang. So that was a lot of fun to see.
Oh wow, that is awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to that on round 4 next week. We'll be at Brands Hatch, taking on the Indy and the Grand Prix layout and Pix. What you got for me here?
No, yeah, that you have that assignment now to check out the calendar at Barber Motorsports Park and schedule visit when there's a race there, because should be amazing. IndyCar is good there, like you said, the GT World should be great there, and
they also have Trans Ams there too, and those are a lot of fun to watch there too.
Yeah, and you need to do a video for your channel about that, Noah. So we need to see that
good
happen.
Idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get us the boots on the ground perspective.
Yeah, Brands Hatch, one of my favorite tracks to watch racing in real life, and in sim racing, it's really fun as well. So it's gonna be a good race.
Yeah, this is one of the classics. I know folks will be looking to deliver a heck of a show for us out on the track as we continue our path to IndyCar here in the F3 Cup, brought to you by GT Champions and Origin Micro.
Next year, January, get ready for some Indy Next racing. Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 100% confirmed. A couple of ovals in there because these cars are great for ovals in real life. So we'll make sure to include a few ovals. And of course, some really good road circuits as well. So get ready for that. And this one is going to be amazing in October.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited for this one.
Same
Yeah,
here.
I
I
just
can't
like
wait.
be
I
fun.
just like to watch the
hyper
hypercars drive around.
Should be fun. And
bet-
registration is going to open. Should be ready on Monday for people to register. And we're gonna have a preseason race in a free track or a really popular track so that people can join us and start practicing.
North America.
Maybe it's in the Cal. Well, I won't say anything yet, but we'll announce it real soon. Monday, all the details are going to be ready.
Make sure you don't miss any of those details. Click all the links. Follow GT Champions on Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, Discord. All the links, they're in the description. Y'all know where they are. Definitely also want to show some love to the company keeping the lights on for us. Origin Micro, our global sponsor here at GT Champions. Origin Micro will handle all of your hardware needs. HPs, Dells, Lenovo's, Asus, any type of device or hardware you may need for your home or business. Hit up Origin Micro. Hit up Don Doney. Email sales@originmicro.com for more. Origin Micro, thank you all again for being our global sponsor. We also got PC Systems, Richard PC and Bill Beldam, CEO and President, Senior Engineer at PC Systems. Their call center support, you know your business better than I do. And if you are answering a lot of calls, you need some call center support, call these guys. They will get you put together, ready to roll. They have clients all over the globe that they serve and help run their call centers for. They can take that burden of having to answer the phone off of you so you can focus on what you do best, and that is run your business. Again, that is PC Systems. Visit them at pcsystems.com for more. Again, big thanks to Richard PC and Bill Beldam, our PC Systems reps, helping us keep the wheels turning. We've reached the end, ladies and gentlemen. The plane is landing. I've had John Cannon here with me. John, final thoughts before we get out of here.
This was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing it again. I will see you next time.
Absolutely, John. Big thanks again, man, for coming up in the booth with me. This was really rare for me today, getting to share the seat with you. So I had a blast. Picks, as always, my friend. I had a blast with you as well. Chris, you're on our mind. Chris Roz and the president, Chris Ball, all the Chris's out there. You're on our minds and hearts. Etan Benezra as well. Keep on killing it out there in the free world, man. I've been Parquet, and it's been GT Champions.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you, John. Shout out to Chris, and bye.
Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTC TV and let us help you show the world your events.
PC Systems, your dedicated call center partner. We specialize in live customer support as a service, a 24/7 support center, empowering system integrators, operators, and innovators to execute seamlessly at scale, precisely when and where it matters most. Our TaaS model encompasses infrastructure, technology procurement, and comprehensive implementation and lifecycle support. With 3 decades of industry expertise, PC Systems leads in collaborative solutions across hospitality, multifamily student housing, and healthcare. As your trusted white label support partner, PC Systems operates seamlessly in the background, acting as an extension of your team and brand. Simple pricing and transparent solutions allow us to extend your business reach at scale. Let us accelerate your project execution and provide the service delivery infrastructure to expand your business. Contact PC Systems, your call center partner.
Welcome to Origin Micro, your go-to e-commerce superstore for IT hardware and consumer electronics. With over 2 decades of experience, we've earned a reputation for delivering superior customer service and offering top industry brands at competitive prices. We provide a wide range of products from various manufacturers. From notebooks and desktops to networking equipment and VoIP devices, we've got you covered. Our fully stocked warehouse ensures that you'll find the products you need when you need them. And with our expert team always ready to offer personalized support, you can trust Origin Micro for all your IT needs. Origin Micro, your IT e-commerce superstore, serious deals, superior service.